All right, welcome back, everyone, to the 2022 Lancaster Archery Classic here at Spooky Nook Sports Complex. We are about to get started with Youth Female Recurve, and of course, I am sitting alongside two-time Olympian Mackenzie Brown. Mackenzie, you got to love this division.
Yeah, I do. I never got to compete in the youth division. I always came in as a senior, but it definitely holds a special place in my heart to see young females come up through the ranks and really enjoy recurve archery.
All right, that is great. We want to get right out to the action, so we are going to throw it out to our announcer, Rob Caulfield.
Okay. And now in the youth female division, we have our fourth place qualifier, Alyssa Artz. Alyssa Artz, come on down. Let's give up a big hand for Alyssa Artz from Lancaster Joad. And we have a little joke at Lancaster Archery. We call it archery. And that's a nod to both Alyssa and to her dad, Jeff, who's very active in the club. In Alyssa's box is her coach, Scott Rissinger. Hello. A man of few words. The third qualifier is Akshara Vijay. From Monmouth Junction, New Jersey. She reigns from the Lancaster Joad team as well. Her coach is Heather File.
You have 30 seconds to shoot your arrow. When her arrow hits the target, your time starts.
All right, so Mackenzie, yes, this is a Lancaster Joad match here. We've got two of the young archers that train at Lancaster shooting here. Alyssa on the far side, Akshara close to us in the pink. So they both got the hometown crowd.
Yeah, I think people would be a little bit divided on who they would want to win this match, but I've seen Alyssa before. She was in the Indoor World Cup Indoor final for USA Archery this past year. Was that 2021?
I believe so.
I believe so. Anyway, she did super well in the senior division, but that's open for the USA Archery final for indoor, and that was on a 3-spot. And this we have the single spot, so it's a little bit different. In the youth male division, we saw some archers who had some issues breaking nocks, and I think we could definitely see this possibility for this match as well.
Absolutely. We have these giant banners on either side of the big screen TVs, and I'm almost certain Alyssa is up there as a former champion of this division. I'm 99% sure. Her dad will let me know if I'm wrong.
Yes, he will.
How's it feel? You're back on the stage at the Lancaster Archery Classic, Alyssa. Welcome back.
Thanks. Only my 5th time, I think.
Yep, her 5th appearance. Let's give her a hand. Alyssa Artz.
8, 9, oh, sorry, 8, 8.
Okay, so that first end there, we have Alyssa with a 28-25 lead. It was the first end, Mackenzie, but anything you're seeing out there in terms of nerves, form, anything like that? Obviously, they're both in their first match, so they're probably not comfortable yet.
Yeah, I think nerves kind of play into it, but I also think Alyssa may have just a little bit of an experience advantage in this match. But we've also seen weirder things happen. We had an 11-year-old win the youth male recurve division, so anything can happen. But a 3-point lead is very, very tough to come back from. But like I said, it's happened before.
Right. If you are in Akshara's position, are you doing anything different? Because you know you're behind by 3.
I'm relaxing as much as possible, relaxing my mind, relaxing my body, because you can get really tense up there, or at least that was my tendency, was my shoulders would get tight. I would hold tension in my shoulders. So it makes the shot process go longer, which can affect your impact as well as just your overall shot.
Right. I don't know if Greg covered this in the last one, but you won this, the women's recurve, how many times?
At least 3 times, I believe. 3 or 4. I can't remember, to be honest. My first Lancaster Classic was actually the Snowmageddon.
Oh, gotcha.
Lancaster
that was 16.
Classic. Yep.
There's a group from Alyssa. Look at that. Akshara, so she's using, tell them what that yellow device is on her string.
Yeah, so a lot of people might not know what that is, and we'll talk about that after Rob is finished.
Vijay comes to us from Waxahachie.
Akshara.
Akshara. I'm sorry, Akshara. I apologize. She comes to us from Waxahachie Archery Club in New Jersey, and we want to have a special call out to everybody at Waxahachie Archery. Let's give Waxahachie Archery Club a big round of applause. Thank you so much for building so many archers.
So both
Yes.
both archers have an indicator on their strings. Now this is something that's become more and more popular since Brady Ellison has brought a product onto the market with Bomar, Josh Bomar and Bomar Archery. It's a nose button. Now it looks like Akshara is using it on her upper lip instead of on her nose, whereas Alyssa, you'll watch hers, she brings down to her nose. And so that's a little bit different, whereas Akshara, if you watch hers is yellow. They have all kinds of fun colors.
Sure.
And hers goes just right to her lip, on top of her lips.
And so what's that doing for them?
It's just one more indication that you're in the same position every time. So if it's hitting your nose in the same spot every time, if it's hitting for Akshara on her lips, I have a former teammate who uses his on his upper lip as well. So it's just another indicator that you're in the same spot every time, because there is a big difference between recurve and compound, and one of those is having the peep and the scope lineup.
Right.
Whereas recurve, you just have your string alignment, so your string is over to one side or the other of the aperture. And so having one more indicator to let you know that you are in the right spot is very helpful.
Gotcha. So we have an 899, it looks like, for Alyssa. Akshara, 10, 9, 10. Let's go out the rod.
Very nice shooting. Starting to relax? A little bit? Very good. Just relax, have a good time up here. Alyssa, good job. How's it feeling up there?
Wonderful.
We're enjoying the show. Thank you. Let's give both these young ladies a big round of applause.
I think it's really cool to see, you know, the home crowd and have two archers that belong to the same JOAD.
Yeah.
To be together, you can really see some crowd interaction.
It's tightened up. It's a 1-point game now.
Yeah, and I know these guys practice as their JOAD. They practice on these blocks. They practice on the platforms to get to know what it's like to be up there, to see if it's a little bit wobbly, to see if it's stable, you know, how you want to stand on there, if you see any kind of difference in your impact on the targets. So that's a big advantage for them, you know, coming to know what it's like up there.
I should say it is a 2-point, or was a 2-point advantage when we started here. We had an arrow change. It was 86-84 in favor of Alyssa when we started. And yeah, you mentioned about these platforms there. Unless we have others that are built exactly like them, I think those are the ones they use in the academy, because I've seen ones that look exactly like that with that carpeting.
I honestly don't blame them. I would practice it as well if I had the platforms to practice on.
All right, Rob's probably going to talk to these folks again.
You have not been with the Lancaster Archery Joad long, but you've been with Waxaby a long time. How long have you been shooting?
4.5 years.
4.5 years. Very good. Doing a great job. Looking very relaxed up there. Like a pro, like an Olympian. Very nice.
Thanks.
Okay.
So we're just waiting on an official score from the judges, I believe.
Yep.
Because I think the match is over.
Yes.
Nobody's indicated so far that the match is over, so I think...
Yep, Rob's about to call it out. It is official, 115 to 112.
And Akshara Vijay with 112.
So Alyssa is going to advance to shoot against our second place qualifier.
Akshara. Akshara takes 4th place with a 112. Let's give her a big hand. Thank you. Congratulations, Akshara. Nice shooting. Okay, our second place qualifier, Whitney Williams from Burlington, Vermont. Let's give it up. She was inspired by Brave the movie and Meredith to start shooting archery. So thank you, Hollywood. Whitney Williams chooses to shoot on the left-hand stage, bumping Alyssa to the right.
You also get the choice to shoot first or second.
All right, so as Rob mentioned, Whitney Williams coming to the stage. She has moved Alyssa Artz over. Talk about the advantage of doing that.
I feel like it's kind of one of those things that you hardly ever get to play any kind of defense with archery. We're definitely more of like, you shoot your arrows, the competitor shoots their arrows, and it all works out the way it's going to work out. Whereas with this, you kind of get to push your opponent pretty much literally, having them go to the other platform, and that can be an advantage because you don't want your opponent to get too comfortable if you can help it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you can't. You just have to work with it. But in this scenario, Whitney gets to come in and push Alyssa over, but it does not seem to be a disadvantage for Alyssa because she's right in there in the middle.
So I don't know what they are, but Whitney Williams on her bio sheet says she holds 3 NFAA national records. So she's deserving of being up there on that stage. Alyssa with an 11.99.
It looks like it's pretty much a wash right now.
Yep.
Thank you very much. I see from your shirt that you're from Hall's Arrows. They have a heck of a program up there. Do a great job.
Yes.
You enjoying being here on the stage at Lancaster Archery Classic?
Yes.
Is it your first time here?
No.
No.
Not on the stage, but I've been here before.
Okay, very good. Very good. Congratulations. Alyssa, still looking nice and relaxed. Feeling good up there?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm happy.
Okay, very good. All right. Well done. So far,
All right, so 29-29
Whitney Williams.
after that first end there.
So one thing that Rob talked about in the intro was that Whitney Williams was inspired by the movie Brave.
Yes.
Which is awesome. I'm a huge Disney fan, so I really like watching all the Disney movies, and Brave was really cool to see come out. And one of the things that I really like is how much Disney pays attention to the fine details.
I was
Because,
going to ask you about that.
Yep, because the bow looks so realistic. Like when you look at the slow-mo video
Okay.
that happens in this animated video.
Right.
She's shooting a bow, and the vibration of the string, like the oscillation that happens, the arrow flex, the fletchings flapping in the wind, all of that is super realistic.
It passed the Mackenzie Brown test.
Yes, as far as the flight and the movement of the bow. Where it stops is the wooden arrow splitting another wooden arrow and then also burying into the stand in the back of the target. Now,
You got to have some cool effects, you know.
one of those things would be impressive, but all of three of those things happening all at the same time is extremely unrealistic.
Well, maybe for these archers here, they might be able to do it. Look at this. 11, 10, 9, 10, 11, and I believe the other one was at 11. Yes.
Great shooting. Great shooting. I want to give a special call out to Roxanne. Want to say hello to Roxanne at home if you're watching. Thank you for helping to produce Wendy here, helping to coach her. And we appreciate all you do up at Hall's Arrow. Thank you, Roxanne.
Yeah, she's great.
Yes, she has been. Okay.
Got quite a bit of sass coming from Whitney Williams, which we love to see it. That's one of the reasons why one of the competitors, Jacob Marlowe, is really popular at this shoot, is because you got to have fun up there. You know, it's a finals
Absolutely.
venue. You've got, some nerves going on, and letting out a little bit of sass, is always really funny.
Yes.
In the on camera and all of that. It's just fun to watch, and they're having fun standing up there.
We will see Jacob Marlowe, we should mention, tomorrow night in that open men's open pro finals, because he made it. He's one of our final 8.
Yep.
So for sure we want people to tune into that. All right, we got Alyssa up here first with a 9.
She's got a great group, just slightly left and maybe just a tick low. I'd probably give a couple of clicks, but that's just me. Maybe she's comfortable with her shot and she knows where they're going.
Yeah.
And why.
That was still a 9 from Whitney. She got that line. All right, letdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that. You got 30 seconds. Does that make you freak out?
30 seconds is actually a good bit of time, because in World Archery, as well as pretty much all the other formats, 20 seconds is all you get back to back. So 30 seconds gives you a little bit more breathing room. And honestly, you're probably going to get more points by letting down and starting over again than you would if you were to try to push through a bad shot.
She caught a 9 with that second shot after her. There's another one.
She's getting a little nervous, I think. That's what we're seeing. It's just a little bit of nerves, a little bit of timing issue. So we just want that to come back to what she wants for her shot. Nice and smooth.
999. Now Whitney. All right. Alyssa gains another point there.
You doing okay, Alyssa?
Yep, still good.
Okay, keep them going. And Whitney, looking relaxed up there?
Yeah.
Looking real good. Keep it up. I know your coach is home watching you, rooting for you. Keep it going.
So
All
one
right.
of the things
Yeah.
to, sorry, I didn't mean
Nope,
to
that's
interrupt
okay.
you, talk right over you, but one of the differences that you'll see is the small arrows versus the bigger arrows.
Yeah.
So Whitney isn't shooting like huge arrows, but she is shooting aluminum arrows, and Alyssa is shooting carbon arrows. Alyssa is shooting more of like a, I believe she's shooting ACEs, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe they're X10s, but a smaller diameter carbon arrow. And then Whitney is choosing to shoot a bigger aluminum arrow. And that's totally preference. That is preference and tune. And I think that that's something that a lot of people like go back and forth on. I know I did when I was starting out shooting indoor competitions.
Now, Whitney, Alyssa just put down an 11 and a 10. If you're Whitney, are you going for that 12? Nothing to lose.
Yeah, there isn't anything to lose, and now's the time, so.
She's not moving for it, so I'm guessing not. I've just been amazed more people haven't shot it, haven't called for that 12.
Yep, it's definitely a little bit of a surprise to me too. We've only seen one 12 shot today.
Well, there were two who went for it, and the one lady who called it nailed it and ended up winning the tournament.
Alyssa, things feeling good up there?
Yep, so relaxed.
All right. Keep it that way. We're waiting on the final scores for this match. They're being scored right now. We'll have updates momentarily. Whitney, is this your first time at the Classic?
No.
First time up on the stage?
Yes.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hope you come back next year.
Okay, thank you.
Alyssa, I think this is your 5th or 6th year,
5th, I think.
and you've been up here on the stage before, haven't you?
Uh-huh.
You've won before here, haven't you?
Yep. All right. I hope I'm doing it again.
I think so. So far, looking good so far. Keep it going.
That's the goal.
Okay, the final scores. Alyssa Artz, 117. Whitney Williams, 110. Okay, okay. For your 3rd place finish, you get 350 back. Congratulations.
All right, so moving on here, next up, we are going to have Samantha Ensign.
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 Yeah, Samantha
So
Ensign
it sounds like
coming
you're
in.
familiar with her.
Yes, I've talked to Samantha quite a few times. She also shoots for Lancaster Joad.
Samantha Ensign from York, Pennsylvania. Lancaster Joad. Lancaster Joad has certainly been well represented here. So this will be a lot of fun. Samantha, welcome to the stage.
Thank you.
Choose which side you want to shoot.
We're going to face each other.
All right, so
You also get to choose first or second. First. You're going to shoot first. You will shoot second.
all right, so I did not recognize Samantha's last name, but I recognize her. I see her at the shop shooting all the time. She's there with her mom, so she definitely puts in some work at this game.
Certainly is.
Yeah, Samantha. I've.
So far, we're looking for more here.
All right. Thank you.
Well, these girls can shoot, so it's going to be fun to watch them.
Okay.
So that was Dick Tone that Rob's talking to. He is a coach that works with Lancaster Joad, and he coached Jay Barr's 1980 Olympics. I can't even remember which
Back
one.
in the day. When you don't know the year, you just say back in the day.
Back in the day, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
But these two definitely, Alyssa and Samantha, they shoot together all the time.
Yeah, and Samantha shoots with Casey quite a bit,
Yes.
Casey Koffold. So I think she's learned a little bit from her and just gained that experience from shooting together. Another point of interest is the fact that Samantha is shooting a 3-spot target.
Yes.
Versus a single spot, which is the first we've seen in this division. But it seems to work for her. She's, in the first seed for this category.
Right.
So.
Is it just for knock saving that you would shoot the 3-spot, or is there something about a comfort zone that you would pick that? What do you shoot
it's
when you were shooting?
preference. I shoot a 3-spot, and a good reason is a fresh target every time.
Okay.
Versus seeing arrows in there and being afraid to hit other arrows.
Right.
How are you feeling up there, Samantha?
Feeling good.
Great. Just another day at the club, right?
Oh, yeah.
You two have shot many matches together against each other, haven't you?
Yeah.
We do this a lot at Lancaster Joad, don't we? Put you up on stage and have simulated matches. Shot a number of matches against Casey outdoors as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy shooting with Casey.
Very good. Okay, we'll see how well it serves you here. Keep it going.
All right, so our score now, waiting for our score to be updated there. I have to admit that I did not take notice of it.
We have our scores in. We have Sam Ensign at 29, Alyssa Artz at 29.
29-29, tied up at the first end.
I'm glad we had Josh to to announce that for us,
Yes.
keep us honest. So as we were talking about before with the 3-spot versus single spot,
Yeah.
the 3-spot, like I said, I think you just have mentally an emptier target to look at. And you have a little bit more confidence, not thinking, oh, I'm going to hit an arrow. These arrows that these girls are shooting, whether it's an X10 or an AC either, anywhere from $30+ per arrow.
Right.
At the full setup. So, you try to protect them as much as you can by shooting pins or other components, but the best way is to shoot a 3-spot, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it seems to be working for her. Anything you see there in that release?
Nothing in particular, just off the bat. To me, it looks like both of them have a good amount of pinky tension, which I think is interesting. Pointing their pinkies into their necks pretty hard.
Yeah.
Which
Is that
again,
nerves or
again, preference.
Yeah.
It's form and preference, because I personally don't push my pinky into my neck, or I didn't when I shot recurve.
Right.
But some people like that as a reference point, so they know that they're in the same spot every time.
Gotcha.
Round of applause. Alyssa, you still nice and relaxed.
Kinda. Enough.
I love it. Love the honesty. Samantha, you feeling good up there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Very good. Okay, you two put on a heck of a show. We're enjoying it. Let's give them a big hand. Some really good shooting. Still waiting on the judges' score.
There's a look at Samantha's, a replay of her shot. What are you seeing?
So she's got her string pretty far out on her fingers. So I probably would have most of my the first joint is where I'd probably put the string for at least my first finger, or my index finger, and my second finger, and then the third finger's like in the middle of that first digit pad. So I think for her, she's got it on the pads of that first section of her finger. So she's really out on the tips of her fingers, which is interesting. But again, preference, all of that's important. If it's repeatable, it's something that you can do.
Yeah, these girls are, I mean, they're keeping them in and around that yellow. Nines,
We got
tens.
some emotions from Alyssa there. Just her face. She made a little bit of a face. She didn't seem pleased with that shot. Or maybe she got away with something. There were a lot of times when I shot where I made faces and people thought it was like emotions, and I was like, nah, I just got away with murder on that shot.
That hit the 11, and there's no reason it should have.
It happens.
So with Alyssa letting down a lot, does that bother you in any way, or does that show that she just is in control?
It shows me that I think she might be getting just a little bit tired. She's been up there for quite a while. I think this is her third match.
Yes.
So I think it's a little bit of just a stamina thing, a little bit.
Yeah.
Looks like you're shooting an MK bow, and you're shooting what kind of limbs? Win and win.
Sure.
What's that?
Sure. I'm not sure what they are.
Win and win limbs. She's shooting a Shibuya Ultima sight, shrewd bars, dead center V bar. Looks like a CR finger sling, and
My dad made the finger sling.
oh boy, it's an Artz finger sling then.
One of a kind.
One of a kind. Okay, and then what tab?
A Venom 2.
Venom 2 tab, Mamba Venom 2 tab. Very good, thank you.
Yeah.
Samantha, you're shooting a Hoyt bow. You're shooting X10 arrows.
Yep.
Shooting a biter plunger, a slicker clicker. You're shooting a Trueball Excel sight. And what kind of aperture is that?
Shrewd aperture.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, number 3 scoring Samantha Ensign with an 85, Alyssa Artz with an 84.
All right, there you go. All right, here we are. Here it is. Last end, 1 point difference. Somebody's got to go for that 12. This is for the title.
I personally think that the 12 is something that you have to make a split judgment on. I don't think you need to decide right now.
Okay.
I think that's like do a little bit of mental math and then just go for it, because if you think about it too much, I'm willing to bet at least a nickel that you're going to miss that 12 ring.
Mental math up on the stage there. I can't even remember my name, let alone be able to do that math.
Well, PJ, I don't even know what your first name really is. It's just PJ. Is that an actual name?
That is an
I
actual name.
thought it was just letters. Maybe a math
Patrick
equation?
Joseph. Patrick Joseph.
All right, Patrick.
So there, I mean, we've got a 9 and a 10 from Samantha.
10.
Oh,
See,
she just
at
gained
this
a point.
At this point, I'm not going for the 12.
No, it's tied now.
But
9.
at this point, I'm shooting a 10. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
shooting a
Right.
12.
No, for sure. No, oh, yeah, no
Take your
sense.
time. Take a breath. There you go. She's doing it on her terms. Make a good shot.
12 seconds on the clock. 10, 9, 8, 7. Oh, man.
That is going to be a judge call. So this is
Yes.
going to be super close. We have to wait for the judge to sit here and look at the lines here. She just wadded those arrows.
I know.
Just a little bit low right. She would have been all in the 11 ring right there.
The future of Olympic recurve archery right here. Let's give him a hand. Great group, Alyssa.
A little right. Should move my sight more.
Can't shoot a tighter group than that. Nope. Dad's going to have to buy you new knocks soon. Keep doing that.
You gotta start sashing them.
Okay. Nice shooting.
Man, I think her arrow's just push. I think her arrow's just pushing that out of that 10. It's so close.
It could be a shoot off. It could be that Alyssa got it, but let's see.
At 114 and Samantha Ensign at 113.
Wow.
Oh, she got it.
She went all the way through.
She got it. So yeah, she came in as the 4th qualifier and ended up winning it.
Yep.
Alyssa, for a first place finish at a championship, you get $1,000.
This is Alyssa's last year in this age group. Let's give Alyssa a big round of applause. Always a great smile, always a lot of commentary. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, Alyssa.
Yep, thanks for having me here. Kind of. I guess I came myself.
Okay. Congratulations on your 2nd place finish, Samantha. Nice shooting.
Thank you.
Give them a round of applause. Thank you.
We're going to do a live mic from Alyssa.
Alyssa Artz, tell me about that last end in particular. I mean, that's as tight a group as you could shoot. You let down. That must have been feeling good for you at the end.
Yeah, a little stressful.
Did you have, so we were talking here, me and Mackenzie, about the 12 ring. Was it in your mind going into that end?
Not at all. I tried practice and wasn't too hot, so wasn't worth shooting it.
Well, Alyssa, I think you're on one of these banners up here for the championships. I know you've won this before.
Yeah, I think I won in 2018, I believe.
Okay. And now, so next year you're going to have to go up into the women's recurve. You think you're ready for that?
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right. Well, this is the heck of a way to go out. Now, tell me about coming up from the bottom. You came in 4th and had to shoot your way to the top.
Yep. Best way to do it. Got more practice in before everyone else.
Did you feel like you were getting stronger, or did you feel you're getting tired towards the end?
I felt like my shots were getting stronger, but I was starting to get a little more nervous as we went on.
All right, congratulations, Alyssa. That is
Thank
definitely
you.
a way to finish the weekend.
Yep.
Youth Female Recurve Champion.